Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at 7 cards from the Scarlet Violet era that are exploding in value. In this particular video, I'm not really restricting it to special illustration rares, or anything. It's just really cards, promos, or otherwise that are from this era. And they've had a huge spike in value in the past week or so. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Starting off with card number 1, we have the SIR Charizard from Obsidian Flames, the number 1 hit from this set. And obviously this isn't particularly the most brilliant Charizard from the entirety of Scarlet Violet. We do have a lot of good contenders for that spot, but at the same time it is unique. It is a terrestrial sort of SIR, so it's unique to this generation, and as we can see, it is starting to kind of climb back up. I remember way back when this set released, it was going for about $100 USD, and just sort of trickled down slowly but surely, all the Charizards in the set, and we kind of ended up with this really low plateau for these cards, just sitting around this price point over here. This particular Charizard around 60, and that's sort of jumped back up a little bit, going up to 67. So in the past month it's jumped 15% about. If we take a look at recent sales, we do see one that's kind of pushing that price point higher, but as we can see over the past month, we see the high sale was $76, so we do see that the card has jumped up. Take a look at recent sales, we only see one that's really going above market price, but it is certainly showing signs of sort of staying around this $67 range for now. Moving on to a card that has really dominated conversations in Pokemon investing right now, and that's the Bubble Mew. And as we all can see at this point, this is really the iconic card of Scarlet and Violet. Personally, I'll be honest, it wasn't my favorite card when it first came out, but I have to say it definitely grew on me. By the time we got to around Prismatic Evolutions, I really started to appreciate the Bubble Mew, and so that overvalued spike that we saw for this card during the sort of February boom really started to recede, and we started to see the Mew climb back down. But now we're actually seeing the card kind of reviving in value and actually hitting higher numbers than we've ever seen it hit before. And so as we can see, the card is currently going for $552, an absolutely mad valuation, and as we can see, it's surpassed that January to February high and is currently even listing for over that current market price, selling for over that market price, almost a $600 sale as well. It's really insane to see how high this card is climbing, but at the same time, it is the iconic card of the generations. The Scarlet Violet generation has finally come to a close, and we're entering the Mega Block. I'm not saying this card isn't going to experience volatility, have its time coming down and up, or anything like that, but at the same time, it's fair to acknowledge at this point that this card is just going to probably keep going up in terms of in the long term. Next up, as we can see, the most desirable illustration rare from this generation, like Seismitoad, is alright. To be honest, it's not as popular Pokemon as Magikarp, and a lot of that growth has been extremely inflated. As we can see, we also have a Gyarados in this card right here, so obviously this card just features more popular Pokemon. And as we can see, this card again climbing up, starting to reach its sort of previous February peak, going for $246. At a low, it was going for $190 during May. Recent sales, we do see a couple sort of pushing that price point a little bit higher, but as we can see, the highest sale in the past sort of month has been $300. So obviously this card is starting to pick up some steam and starting to move in a really positive direction for those who might have picked up the card down here over here at $190. As we can see, recent listings starting to head towards that $300 range. Next up, we have the Charizard from Paldean Fates, the second most desirable card from Paldean Fates, and as we know, there are only 3 Pokemon SIRs from this set, and so all 3 are really beautiful cards, and this card particularly, again, we're seeing it sort of rise to previous highs. If we open out to about a year, we see that it was actually going for $217. This card is starting to resemble the Magikarp, starting to curve back up over here, currently going for $181. Over the past month, it's grown 10%, so it had that kind of spike in about $20 recently, and current listings are going for around $200 again, so starting to push that card further up. And recent sales also starting to see that card possibly moving further up in the next few weeks. Next up, we have a couple of promos right here. So we have the Greninja SIR from the Shrouded Fable Special Illustration Rare Collection box. I said way back when these products came out that these two are definitely some of the best SIRs from Scarlet and Violet in general. Just like subtracting the fact that they're promos, they're just stunning. If these cards were in Shrouded Fable, my goodness, Shrouded Fable would have been a fantastic set to open, and for sure much more desirable than it is right now. But as we can see, this card has had some crazy growth in the past 3 months. It's going for $55 right now. As we can see in terms of recent sales, we even had 2 sales going for $70. and recent listings are going towards 70 as well. So really, one of the most popular Pokemon with an incredibly beautiful artwork. I actually said way back when this promo came out that I like this more than the Twilight Masquerade Greninja. I know it's a bit of a bold statement, but to be honest, I definitely felt that way back then, and I still feel that way now. I felt that the Twilight Masquerade Greninja was just a little too distracting. Don't get me wrong, it's still a really cool card. I just felt like there was too many colors, and the crown and everything just detracted from getting to experience the Pokemon itself in the card. And so I like this one a little bit more, and also has a bit of this classic Japanese art style that's really going on in this. And the next card, which is the Kingdra SIR promo card, also from Shrouded Fable. And as we can see, this card has spiked even more dramatically than the Greninja, going for $190, going for well above the Greninja's price point at $70. And so if we see the current listing, $103, really just two stunning artworks that have definitely deserved attention in this market. And finally, we're actually seeing them pick up steam. Obviously, again, be careful buying these cards at this price point. You know, this is more so a video to just show the growth that these cards are experiencing. Buying them is a risky bet at this point, obviously, because cards like this spike very quickly, but also have the tendency to recorrect to some extent. I'm not saying it's going to go back to 25, right? But if it were to plateau at 70, a recorrect could be substantial. But moving on to the final card, we have the Zapdos SIR from 151. The three legendary birds, need I say more? And this card's starting to pick up steam again, as are some other cards from 151, like the Charizard. I didn't put it on the list because it still hasn't really gained too much traction. I feel like that card could be in for more growth down the line. Obviously, one of the most undervalued sets right now is 151 in terms of singles. And I am actually planning on making a video about that soon, for sure. So as we can see, this card was going for 45, now up to 56. As we can see right now, the price pretty much stagnant. One sale going a little bit higher. This card is definitely due for some serious growth at some point. One of the best SRs from the generation. Personally, I love this card. It's my favorite from 151. And I know a lot of people feel the same way, especially about the Alakazam and Zapdos, how they're quite undervalued as cards. As we can see, recent listings going for 63, 71, 82. But that will do for today's video. I do want to apologize as well for the sort of inconsistency in terms of uploads over the past sort of few months. I've had a lot sort of on my plate in terms of work, personal life, and so I'm hoping that around September-ish, I'm going to be able to make more consistent uploads and videos again, because I really do love sort of covering Pokemon content and Pokemon investing. It's not just something that I personally engage in, but I also truly love doing, because this hobby has been so important to me. It's just been an incredible experience, and I'm so glad that I get to share this with people. I definitely have some video ideas planned in my head, and hopefully I'll be able to start churning them out more consistently. But yeah, that will do it again. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.